And now it's time to welcome our final guest, Matthew Johnson, president of Johnson Wealth and Income Management in the great state of Iowa. Matthew, it's great to have you back here with us on the Income Generation.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's always a pleasure.
So Matthew, you know, we always have fun every time we get together, but I got to tell you, in the NBA, they fear the beard, as in James Harden. But today, should people be fearing the markets? Tell us what your clients are feeling.
I think that there's a great deal of skepticism right now. It's like very surreal. The market continues to go up and they want to be a part of that growth, right? It looks really attractive. There seems to be a lot of optimism. And yet at the same time, there's always kind of that nagging fear in the back of their minds that it's not real and it's not going to continue to go up. It's going to have that revert where it goes back the other direction. And so there's a lot of fear. I think a lot of skepticism. People are ready to pull the trigger and get out at any time.
So they are fearing the market then at this point, because a lot of them are saying, you know what, the market's at an all-time high. We're printing up all of this money, massive money printing, more money today, MMT. It's crazy what's happening. And I think it's scaring consumers. And so I'm not surprised to hear you say that. So give us your forecast on what you think the market's going to be like the next 6 to 12 months, or when should customers really consider de-risking is the real question, MJ.
Well, at least in the time being, I think things are going to continue to stay fairly moderate as far as, you know, I think maybe we may be over the hump as far as the exponential growth right now. It'll continue to grow maybe a little bit. I don't see this current administration making too many waves, but I think towards the end of the year, that's when we really have to really start reassessing the risks that we're taking on our money. We've got all sorts of proposals that are on the table, things that in some way, shape, or form can very much affect the stock market. You know, whether it's a bunch of real estate being sold because people want to realize the capital gain in 2021 versus 22. There's going to be a lot of factors that could create volatility towards the end of the year and going into 2022. So I think keeping your ear to the rail and really paying attention to how much risk you're taking on is going to be super important.
And the good news is, even if your clients have gone from growth to income, but stayed in the stock market, even if they get caught in a downdraft, at least they're still satisfying their income needs. Isn't that correct?
Absolutely. This goes back to the old way of making certain that you're well diversified. It's not about having 14 different mutual funds. It's about having different asset classes, right? So having cash, having fixed income, having money in growth. If you're going to be in growth, I'm a big believer in value stock. I'm a big believer in dividend payers. I think we have to make certain we're continuing to focus on what's the outcome for the stage of life that you're in. And if you're in retirement or you're close to retirement, then you owe it to yourself to really start reassessing and understanding that income is going to be one of the biggest components of your life in retirement.
Yep. Said perfectly from someone who has a lot of farmers as clients, and they know that it's not about the value of the land, it's about how much you can sell the crops for. So Matthew, it's been great having you on board as usual. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much.